Finally, I got out here in South Philly, in front of the Lincoln Financial Field, where the Philadelphia Eagles play their games, and this is the home of the Philadelphia Eagles. I always want to come out here to record a show, but I never had a chance to get to it. But I'm here today, and also the NFL football season starts in about 2 weeks. So it is all really, really exciting. The Eagles' first home game is going to be played in Brazil, in the country of Brazil, and it's supposed to be Eagles' home game. Personally, I'd much rather have the Eagles play their game right here, because this is where all the happenings happens. Like in the parking lot here, and the parking lot, the Wells Fargo Center's parking lot across the street, that's where all the tailgate parties takes place. I love the tailgate parties. You know, I see lots of my friends out there I have not seen all winter long. And only during the football season, people are out there partying. And there are a lot of food, a lot of things going on, parties. You know, so since the Eagles is playing their game in Brazil, so there are not going to be any parties here, and they are going to have a home game watch party here. But they're trying to do it. It's like it's just like a regular game. You got to pay for the ticket, and then you got to pay for parking, and then you just go to the stadium behind me here to watch the Eagles game on the Jumbotron, the large screen TV. So it might not be worth it, because it's not a real game, and at home here, you know, I mean, it's a real game, it's being played, but not here. And you're not going to see the cheerleaders, you're not going to see swoop, you're not going to see the players out on the ball field. So the next best thing is the game watch party at the local bars and restaurants. But I looked into it. There are not so many bars or restaurants are gonna have any like large scale of the Eagles home season opener game watch party. So I got to find somewhere to watch this first Eagles game, and I might end up watching it at home, since there are not a lot of events. I think there's a website. It's called the Phillies 215 or something. The 215 is the Philadelphia's area code, and they are doing a game watch party for the Eagles home opener somewhere in Delaware, and that's the biggest party I can find, and it's not even in the Philadelphia and South Jersey area. I don't know why it's in Delaware. I mean, Delaware is not that far away from here. Wilmington, it's about 20-minute drive down Route 95, but still, you know, it's in Delaware, and the Eagles, it's here in Philadelphia, in South Philly, right here. So it's kind of weird, you know. So I don't know what to do about that. But anyways, it's a very exciting time of the year, the football season, in 2 weeks. And the Philadelphia Phillies, you know, I think the Philly fans are expecting too much from their sports teams. And when the teams are good, and then the fans take it for granted like they're supposed to be good. But, I mean, as all the sports fans know, every season, it doesn't matter what sports it is, hockey, basketball, football, baseball, soccer, not all the teams even make to the playoff games, right? So the Philadelphia Phillies, it has been a good team. It has been the playoff games the past 2 years, and you know, they pay for the good players, and I mean, not great players, but you know, and all the players, you know, has their ups and downs, especially baseball being a streaky sport. You know, the star player Bryce Harper, sometimes, you know, he's in a streak. hitting home runs every game, but other times, you know, he's in a slump. Like for a whole month, there's not much going on with him. So that's just the way the sports is. And the Phillies are doing pretty good. They're, you know, up there with the winnings. They win a lot of games. They're up there with the Dodgers and the Giants. You know, so. Oh, no, not the Giants. I'm sorry. I mean, I was thinking of New York Giants football. The Yankees. I mean, the Dodgers and the Yankees. They're up there with them, you know, and we know they're going to be in the playoff games this year. So, you know, that's all we can expect for it. You know, they're going to be in the playoff games, and then they have a shot for the World Series again. So when the Phillies loses a few games, and then the fans get all upset and saying they're not playing good, and you know, but you know, you have to look at the big picture. They're doing pretty good this year. Even sometimes I complain about the Phillies. You know, when they play the good teams, they lose, and when they play the bad teams, they win. But look at the big picture. They're not doing that bad this year, and they're going to be in the playoff game, and there are going to be a lot more Red October events and parties, and just add on to the excitement. So that's enough about Philly sports. And now I'm going to get right to the events. Now it's the football training camp season in August. So my friend Jody and Richard, they went to the Pittsburgh Steelers training camp, and they got me some gift here, free gift, a nice drawstring bag, and then there are some Steelers cheer cards. There is a towel from Sports and Social Restaurant in Pittsburgh, a rally towel. A mini foam football. That's all they bought me. It was nice of them. Thanks to Jody and Richard for the Steelers stuff. On Monday, August 12th, there was an Italian Air Force flyover in Philadelphia. So what happened was the Italian Air Force, they don't come to this country for the air shows a whole lot, but they're here now, and they just did an air show in New York. So now they're on the way to Ocean City, Maryland. In 2 weeks, they're going to have an air show there. So now they're in between, and so they are going to do a flyover in Philadelphia. So I went to the Jersey side of the Delaware River at the Camden waterfront, and I thought that would be a good spot to see the flyover. And also, they were supposed to fly over the Ben Franklin Bridge. I love air shows, you know, so I like all those airplanes and fighter jets and the cargo airplane flyover or in the air show, and it was a little bit disappointing because I thought it was going to be nice and loud with like about 10 or 12 of the Italian Air Force jets, but it was not loud at all. They flew over the bridge, they flew over the city of Philadelphia, and they're known for, you know, spraying out the Italian flag colors from in the back of the jets. You know, the coloring smoke. But they only did that for short time of period. when they are flying low over the Philadelphia Art Museum. And most of it was blocked by the skyscrapers and the buildings in Philadelphia. So when they flew over the Art Museum and then they start to put out the smoke, and I can barely see it. They did that several times, but each time when they fly by, I can barely see anything. But that was okay because they did fly over the skyscrapers and the tall buildings, but at a higher altitude. So, it was visible and it was watchable, but it just wasn't all that, like, with the sound and the coloring smoke like I expected. But if I went to the art museum to film the flight over, it would be a different story. It would probably be a little better, but at least I got the whole thing of them circling around in the sky over city of Philadelphia. So that was good. And also the next event on Wednesday, August 14th, there was another one of those Philadelphia Flyers community caravan event. And this was the makeup one for bad weather in Media, PA, Media, Pennsylvania. This event was supposed to take place a couple of weeks ago, but it was bad weather, so they had to move this one to Wednesday, August 14th. And it was very interesting. I have drove through Media on Route 1, and it's just, it's the City Line Avenue, Route 1, and it divides. On one side is Philadelphia, the other side it's just towns in, such as Media in Pennsylvania. So, when you drove down on Route 1 and on both sides there are a lot of restaurants, shopping centers, gas stations, and it's not much different than any other part of Philly. And this is the first time I been onto the main street, I guess the old town part of Media, and it was really cool because I never know, Philadelphia is known for those old trolley buses that drives around, but in Media, it's there's a little bit hill, the road, there's a pitch to it. And then with the cable car parked there and getting ready to depart, it kind of give me the feelings like in San Francisco, it's kind of neat because, it's pretty flat here, South Jersey and the city of Philadelphia area. There isn't many hills or mountains here. In Fairmount Park area, nearby the Philadelphia Zoo, there are hills there, but not anywhere else. So it was kind of neat. The cable car was parked on top of the hill in front of the Media Theater and getting ready to depart. And then also this Flyers Caravan event, it's in conjunction with something called Dining Under the Stars. And that's something they do in the summertime in Media on the main street every Wednesday night. I got there early, and there were so many. Each restaurant on both sides of the road, they set up tables outside on the street. The street's closed for pedestrians and for the dining event. And there were so many tables out there. I never seen anything like that before, so I wasn't even thinking about, are people gonna sit down and eat and all that stuff? But later on, during the event, I was shocked. It was full of people. Thousands and thousands of people eating outside. I don't even know where all those people come from, because nowadays, after the pandemic, the restaurants are not doing good. People don't really go out anymore for some strange reason. But there were so many people out there eating. The street was packed with people sitting down, dining out on the street, and it was hot outside. It was uncomfortable. It was hot outside. and the waiter and waitress bring the food out from inside the restaurant, walking down the street and serving the food onto the tables that are set out on the street. It was really crazy. That's all I can describe as crazy. And then they have bands out there playing. Some I think some bands have, it's probably hired by the event. Other ones are by certain restaurants, so they're playing from that restaurant. And there were bands out there, and it was neat, and I really like it. And then there were other vendors set up their tents down the street, handing out free stuff. And the flyers, they were all the way down on the other end of the main street. So they had their tents set up, and as usual, you scan the QR code and you get the free stuff right when you enter the Flyers event. And then they had the Ice Girls and alumni players out there signing autographs. There was about 10 of them out there signing autographs, and they had a picture card, and each one of them is just signing on the card for you. And then Gritty was out there, the mascot. Gritty was out there, and I made a video and take some pictures with him. So it was awesome. Among other things that Flyers usually bring out there, other vendors that sponsors of the Philadelphia Flyers, and they had a lot of free stuff to hand out. So it was another good Flyers community caravan event. So now let me show you what I got. So this is the autograph from the Flyers alumni that I was talking about. You see how there was about 10 of them, and each one of them signed for me. Flyers hat and the Flyer logo wallet. Hoffman Exterminator was out there giving away Frisbees, water bottles, some bug bite stuff. Flyers cup. Sunglasses. Hot and cold heating pads. And some bubbles. So there was just a lot of stuff, and this I also got this nice bag from Dolan. What is it? Nolan paintings, and I put everything inside of it. Friday, August 16th, in Camden, there was a family event, back to school, end of summer event at the Alberta Woods Park, which is right behind and next to the old Woodrow Wilson High School in Camden. And I have to say, it was a great event, and this event was done by the Camden County Police Department. I know they said they were gonna have free food and some petting zoos and some things for the kids over there at this event, but I was not expecting as much as they put out there. And I had to say, this was one of the event that they really had everything out there. It was complete with the vendors out there handing out free stuff. And then they had activities for the kids, for the family, such as a petting zoo and pony ride. And then they had free food. What they did was they had a hot dog cart there, and they did make enough hot dogs. They put in the buffet trays, and so you don't have to wait. You just grab the hot dog and eat. They had hot dogs, they had soda and water in the cooler, and they had all those big. They had a DJ there, and then they had all those big, like giant-sized, blown-up castles and stuff. The jumping houses for the kids to jump and play games with. And also in this little park, right? It's not a huge park, but in this little park, they had water spray there for summertime, and it was on. So not only the location and also the event itself, it was complete with everything you would expect from a perfect event. Because I go to all those events, right? Sometimes they say they're gonna have free food, they make you wait, or there's no food, or the food is not ready, right? And then sometimes they say, they're gonna have the drinks, and they run out of drinks like the first 10 minutes. But this event had everything, and to top it all off, there was an ice cream truck, Mr. Softy's ice cream truck. It got there a little late, but it was there handing out free ice cream. So this was the best event in a long time. They had everything there, thanks to the Camden County Police Department. I really enjoyed that event. And I also got a bunch of free stuff from the family event in Camden by the Camden County Police. So you see, this is a Camden County Police drawstring bag, and I put all the stuff in there. This popular giveaway in the summertime, the fly swap. And this vendor was handing out free foam baseball. This is the same one the Sports and Social Restaurant used on Thursday nights for the Phillies alumni player autographs. And then this is the Phillies ice cream. They put the ice cream inside at the Phillies ballpark. They sell the ice cream inside this Phillies mini helmet. Only this one doesn't have the P on there because it's not from the ballpark. It's from the family event in Camden. Bunch of other summer stuff. Ponchos. My football fly away. My football fly away over there. Let me go get it. That's crazy. My Steelers football trying to get away. Ponchos in a can. Camden County Police water bottle. Pencils. Sunglasses. 2 different colors. all the summer stuff, and also this Camden County. They do have a lot of concerts in the summertime at different parks and the waterfront. This year, I think they had Spin Doctors and Jim Blossom, you know, bands from the 90s. So they were handing out this Camden County Rocks Rally Towel for the summer concert series. And I got a Camden County Rocks concert series t-shirt, and this is a real concert t-shirt. You'll see why, because they put all their bands, right? They put all the bands are touring the Camden County Rocks summer concert series on the back. You see Spin Doctors, Jing Blossom, Tower of Power. It's pretty neat. Free concert t-shirt. And the next, it was Saturday, August 17th, at the Bat Parks, Park Casinos Sportsbook. They had an event for the UFC 305, which is the Ultimate Fighting Champion 305. They had a watch party there. And not only that, they had the former champ of the UFC and MMA, mixed martial arts, the champ, Eddie Alvarez, was there for appearance. So I got there early. I sit in those nice seats they have at the sports book, because I don't know, they didn't say what time Eddie Alvarez was going to be there. He is from Philadelphia. I had met him one time before. So I just sat there and waited. And also they said they were going to have a free t-shirt giveaway. And eventually Eddie did show up. And they set up a backdrop there for you to take pictures with him. And you can chat with him, you can talk to him, take a picture. And he's got both of his UFC and MMA championship belts there. So I had him to sign autograph for me, took a picture with him. And so that was just one part of the event. And what happens was the sports book did different things at different time. I think the reason being is because they want you to sit there and watch each one of the fights. So they had a card girl walk around with a card. You can scan the QR code before each fight to get the special promo for that fight for sports betting. And then later on, eventually, they get to the free t-shirt part. And all you have to do is to show them that you have the Bet Parks app on your phone. You don't have to place any bets or anything. You just have to show the app and you get a free t-shirt. And I got to show you this t-shirt. It's really nice. See, in the front it says Bet Parks. And on the back, it's the Parks boxing glove. You see the Parks boxing glove on the back of the shirt. So, you know, this shirt is specially designed for the fights, for the games. So, you know, I waited around for a while. I was there for about 3 hours, watched the fights, and the fights was really good. You know, the Chinese guy lost, but he was no good. You know, he was no good. He got tired and he got beat up and got knocked out eventually. But to meet Eddie and get a free t-shirt, that was awesome. So I got to show you. I print out this nice picture of Eddie and had him sign for me. Eddie is a really nice guy. Everybody I talked to about him, they know he's really nice, and he was. And also, he did some. There was also a question and answer session, right? He was asked some questions by the fans there, and at one time he got on the mic, right? He was doing like a commentary for the game too a little bit, because at one time before a fight, he was telling people to bet on this fighter, not the other one, because he thinks the Australia judge, is favoring the Australian fighters. But then he got on the mic again and saying that judge, right before the fight, saying that judge just got fired because they figured out what he was doing. So there was a lot of things going on with the fight, and Eddie was there, to keep everybody informed what was going on. So that was a great event. It was a great event. And then the next day, on Sunday, August 18th, you're not going to believe this. I went to the Kroc Center in Camden and met the 6-time world champion and the Olympic gold medalist, the wrestler, Jordan Burroughs. He's from New Jersey. It was awesome. I really, I want to meet him. I wait, I want to meet him. So there was an event. It was for the family and the kids. What happened was Jordan Burroughs was making an appearance there, and I walked up to him when I got there. He was already there, so I had him. I talked to him for a little bit, and then I had him to sign a couple pictures for me, and I took a picture with him. Let me show you. This is who he is. Team USA. Autographed by Jordan Burroughs. And the next one, with all his wrestler belts, championship belts. 6-time world champion in wrestling. I didn't know what to wear, so I wore my WWE WrestleMania Eagles, the football style jersey, and took a picture with him. That was funny. So later on, during the event, the kids can sign up for the wrestling clinic, and so he was there to coach the kids, teach them some basics about the wrestling. So there, it's like the entry-level classes for gymnastics and for little kids. So there were a lot of tumblings and frog jumps and things like that. But he was there coaching the kids doing the wrestling. And, it was a great event. I just want to meet him. That's why I was there. So now we're getting to the part for the upcoming events. On Tuesday, August 27th, at 6:30 p.m., there's another one of the Flyers Community Caravan event. This one takes place in Ben Salem, Pennsylvania, at 2400 Bayberry Road, Ben Salem, PA. And August 29th, there is it's Thursday. They do this every Thursday for the Phillies home game. At the Sports and Social restaurant inside the Live Casino. Former Phillies player Mickey Morandini is going to be there to sign autographs and meet the fans. Friday, September 6th at 6 p.m., the Philadelphia Eagles official season kickoff watch party. That's what I was talking about. It's presented by Bud Light. It's going to be here at the Lincoln Financial Field. The Eagles are going to be in Brazil playing the Green Bay Packers, but the game watch party here. You just watch it on TV, but you got to pay for a ticket to get in, and also you got to pay for parking. I really don't think it's worth it. And this one I mentioned on every one of my recent shows. This is a big event. On September 28th, the 97 radio station 97.5, the Fanatic Fan Fest is going to take place in the parking lot right across from here, in the back of Xfinity Life. So the Fan Fest is a great event. I go every year. Last year they had the Fall Out Boy concert. This year, I don't know what's going on. They didn't say much about it. I don't know who's going to be there and what they're going to do, or if there's anything special about it. But there are still lots of vendors there handing out free stuff. So even if there's no super exciting ball players or concerts there, you can still go and just enjoy the environment and get some free stuff from the Sixers. Always there. You know, you shoot the basketball, you make the basket, you get something for free. I got a t-shirt a couple of years ago. So, you know, that event is recommended, but you know, it's a free event, but you do have to get a ticket at on the radio station's website under the events. You have to get a ticket during their online ticket rate. So that's pretty much it. And Philadelphia Eagles, the NFL season is about to start in 2 weeks, and I'm super excited about that. And I'm also excited about Phillies. You know, there's not many games left, and you know, before the season ends, and I think we're gonna have another Red October. So you know, there's nothing disappointing right now, even though sometimes, you know, people get upset, Philly fans get upset when the Phillies or the Eagles are not playing great, but they're doing fine lately. You know, just look at the big picture. Right, last year the Eagles, the second half of the season was not any good. But this year, I hope Jalen Hurts gonna step up and do a good job and win those games. And that's all we can hope for. So let's go Phillies, let's go Eagles. Go Birds. See you next time.